During AUP's fall break last week, many students jetted off to various parts of Europe, hoping to experience other cities and cultures. For some on a budget or looking to have a less touristy experience, they logged on to Airbnb and reserved an apartment to stay in for a few days during the break. Airbnb has a lot of advantages for students, but the primary draw to the site is saving money.
For me, it was a lot about having my own kitchen, which I know it is cheaper than the hotel, but I also just hate having to eat out all the time. It really helps save money if you can make breakfast and lunch at your own place instead of spending it at restaurants.
Students may find themselves in a lavish apartment for under $100 a night or in a tiny and dirty place for the same price, which is why Airbnb users rate their experiences in different places to warn or encourage other users. Traveling on the cheap is becoming increasingly desirable for students as tuition costs rise, and Airbnb has become a way for people to spend less and for some earn more by renting out their own apartments when they're gone.
I went to Rome. I stayed 8-minute walk from the Colosseum, and I spent in a month, I actually spent less traveling Europe on Airbnb than I had spent on my lease at home in Los Angeles in my apartment. It was cheaper for me to be living Airbnb in Europe than it was for me to be living at home in Los Angeles.
Students must think about the risks of having complete strangers staying in their homes, sleeping in their beds, and using their showers.
My very first renters ever. I'm guessing that the man might have shaved himself in the bathtub, but there was poodle hair, like small black poodle hair, what looked to be small black, maybe it was curly human body hair, everywhere in the bathroom, giant bathtub filled with it. They were there for 3 days and there were stains in the tub. There was this black hair everywhere. It was in my towels. For 6 months I would do laundry and I would find tiny curly black men's hair.
Despite some risks, it may be safer than Craigslist and other websites where hosts and users don't need to be verified to use the services.
I actually have never had a negative experience. I tried it for the first time here in Paris and I made friends out of it.
Airbnb is worth $9.5 billion and has over 800,000 apartment listings on its website. Looks like Airbnb is a true competitor for hotels, hostels, and other typical tourist accommodations. This is Teddy Welch for AUP 7 News.